Hello, welcome back. This is Journal 26. I put in your first name and last name, and then your period, then hit next. Today's journal question is a life science flashback. I want to know, what is a crustacean? So a crustacean is a particular type of arthropod. So as we're talking about kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, right? So the classification of animals, a classification of organisms, period, of living things. You got the kingdoms: animal kingdom, plant kingdom, the protists, fungi, the funguses, mushrooms, mold, mildew. Protists are the teeny little one-celled organisms. They can be plant-like or animal-like. Most of the time, they're the ones that give you tummy issues if you drink water out of, a creek or something. Usually, it's going to be some sort of a plankton or something along those lines, euglena, that gives you a problem. So that's the protist family, Protista. So we've got animals, we've got plants, we've got fungus, we've got protists, and then there's two types of bacteria. So there's archaebacteria, archae meaning old. So these are the bacteria that can withstand crazy conditions, like really salty or really hot or really cold, conditions that we didn't think, toxic conditions that we didn't think anything could live in. And then we found this bacteria that we assume is really old, for lots of reasons, but mostly because we know what the earth was like way, way back when. And if there was something alive back then, it was that stuff. And then there's Eubacteria, which is the newer bacteria. It's bacteria that we're all familiar with, the bacteria that makes us sick. When you get strep throat, that's caused by a bacteria. Staph infections are caused by bacteria. There's other, bacteria. And then there's good bacteria too. Like there's good bacteria that lives in your gut and helps you digest your food and all that jazz as well. So, of the kingdoms, you got kingdom and then the phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, right? So in the animal kingdom, the next thing down is us as chordata of vertebrates, things that have of a backbone. And so those animals just kind of get pushed to the side. And then there are 7, 8. There's debate about the number of invertebrate different phyla. And one of those invertebrate phyla is arthropods. And arthropods are the biggest. So mostly if you think of an invertebrate animal, if you just like think of a random invertebrate animal in your head, it's probably going to be an arthropod. You're going to think of something like this, a crustacean. You're going to think of ants, spiders, arachnids, and ticks, things of that nature. You're going to think of something. I say ticks and I scratch. But you're going to think of something that's most likely an arthropod. Butterflies, I mean, most of them are arthropods. There are other sponges, worms, and things that are in those other categories, but mostly you're going to think of arthropods. So among the arthropods are crustaceans. So when you have arthropods, then you have crustaceans. So kingdom, phylum, class. So crustaceans are this class. It's a large group of the arthropods, and it's anything that has these certain characteristics that have the uh, jointed the jointed limbs, the jointed shell, has an exoskeleton, period, has no backbone, but all of the roly-polies, like these are considered crustaceans, but they live on land. And then almost everything else lives in the water. So barnacles, crabs, crayfish, shrimp, krill, all of those are crustaceans. So there's your answer to your journal question. Crustaceans are a part of the arthropods that have, let's say phylum, let's be specific. The phylum, Poda, which means they have an exoskeleton, jointed appendages, and sorry about that. And I pause it and it goes to the end. And segmented body. Man, I'm not doing that again. Like all arthropods. Oh, gotta spell that right. Examples include crabs, lobsters, shrimp, and krill. All right. All right, so there it is. Crustaceans are part of the phylum Arthropoda, which means they have an exoskeleton, jointed appendages, and segmented body, like all arthropods. Examples include crabs, lobsters, shrimp, and krill. All right, have a lovely day. Bye.